Okay, let's see how well I handle all this high-tech stuff, okay? So I'm going to explain a little bit about what's going on, but first let me try and share my screen. And let's see what happens if I
So if there's an explosion or something, we
do
know it didn't
this.
work.
You're good.
Okay, yeah, that part's good. Ah, do you see Lord Inventions?
We see it.
Okay.
It's working.
Okay, great. Well, so far. Okay, so let me just back up for a second. The person who's giving this presentation is not me. This is Lord Christus Bodadang, and he is a young student in Ghana in West Africa. And unfortunately, they are having some internet issues, and he's not able to be with us live. But he has done so many things, and he was so excited. I said, try and put something together, and we will make it work. Just to show you what he has done, I'm going to be talking, and we have a whole show of things, but this whole presentation was put together with his cell phone. And he sent it to me in little pieces because he doesn't have internet connection, and he's sending it over, you know, through the text messaging on the cell phone. It was really took many days and weeks of trial and error and preparation to get all this together. So
that is fabulous.
And one of the things that you'll hear over and over again is that, you know, perseverance is the key to success no matter what you're trying to do. And Lord Christus certainly has that ability. So when I show you some of the things that he's done, I don't want you to think that he pulled a rabbit out of a hat. It's been a lot of hard work for him. Okay, so let's start the presentation. By the way, if I end up doing a very good job, thank you very much. And if I do a very bad job, please don't blame Lord Christus, okay?
My name is Lord Christus. I'm 16 years of age. I'm from Ghana and I am an inventor.
Could we hear that?
Yes.
Good.
Very late, but it's good.
Okay, just checking on the technology. So this is where he lives. This is where he lives in West Africa. He does not live in a big, huge metropolitan city. And he is working on all kinds of inventions and creativity and doing things essentially with the support of some people, but he is isolated from large portions of what we consider the modern world, the century. He not only does inventions and creations and making, he's also a musician. I hope you heard the young woman make some comment. Evidently, as a musician, he's got groupies, which is great. Okay, but besides music, he's also interested in math. And he's been writing math papers on different types of organizations, and he's actually created some mathematical games. I'm sure he'd love to share them with you. And he has been talking to mathematicians and people involved in math around the world. On the right side of the screen, you're going to see some stuff. It was in, he's learning binary and hexadecimal mathematics. Which is not something that they normally teach in high school in the United States, and not normally in Ghana either. But he has decided that this is something he wants to do, and he is just going out and doing it. He has created a website where he's posting stuff up there, and then he gets on his cell phone and he can watch it. It's not easy, but he has managed to do that. And that is his site. And of course, he's using some Lego robotics that he's managed to get a hold of. I think they have some with his school. And they've had different challenges. This particular robot is actually reading you see a piece of paper, and the robot is reading the commands on the piece of paper. There's a camera up here, and it's reading the piece of paper and then performing the commands that it has seen on the piece of paper. It's really quite sophisticated. For his school, he was given the opportunity to create a robot that came out and introduced the principal. And I'm sure that must have been exciting. I don't have a video on that. He is also just creating other things. Here's another one of his robot type of inventions. I'll be honest with you, I'm not quite sure what this thing did, but it's a model of some design that he was making. He's not just building things, he's actually designing things. And so here is a design. It's one of his projects that he's working on. And you can see he's got a lot of detail and a lot of thought went into this. He is also doing things in a little bit more format. So he does have access to a computer, and he's doing some CAD work and making some designs and making incredible things. Just building stuff. Often when I ask him, what is it? He says, well, I don't quite know what it does, but it's exciting. And to me, that's the mark of a real innovator. Here are some of the things that he has done. Please do not ask me exactly what they are, but they do work. And it seems to have some sort of a speaker and a light. And it's one of his inventions, one of his things that he has built. Here is another one. And once again, I do not know exactly what this does, but you can see that the previous thing here is now embedded in this larger platform. It's off on the left. And, oh, there it is. So that's one of the inventions. I'm sorry, I'm getting messages all over the place. And here is another design. One of the problems that he's having in his community is a lack of clean water. I think Jim had mentioned that water is a real issue around the world. And Chris has decided he was going to work on this. And this is a water filtration system that he has designed. And he's gotten into great detail on what he's going to be doing with this. And then he built it. And here is his water filtration system that he put together. And if it looks like it was cobbled together with parts that were lying around, it's because it was cobbled together with parts that were lying around. He doesn't have access to some of the resources that we might have in other countries. And so he took whatever he could find and took apart other things and made this particular water filtration system. And here is a close-up of it. And you see the famous hot glue gun, which every good inventor uses. And then here is a video of his filtration system. So one of his goals is to make the world a better place. And while getting access to clean water is an issue, is there some other problem that the world has right now? Oh yes, the coronavirus. So here is his next invention, his next creation to deal with the testing for the virus. And this is what he has created. And let's see some more information.
Hello, my name is Christus. I'm here today to make a presentation of my invention for the Global Innovation Field Trip. This is actually a humanoid robot I made and I named the Pandemic Action Box. It is a humanoid robot that will give you specific information concerning the virus to people. And also we're testing people of the virus using their temperature. It has been made to look interesting to get people's attention. Some people get closer to it and get to know what it's got to tell them. So let's see how it's going to work.
Okay, you have to forgive me. I forgot to read the introduction. So this is the Pandemic Action Bot. This is an AI robot which will speak to the public, give advice, and give information concerning the pandemic. In the case of nurses moving around testing people of the virus, which is bad, and can get the nurses also infected, this robot will move around while monitoring and testing people. Before testing, it will take a picture of the person, so that even if the person escapes, they will get caught. He is thinking of everything.
Jake, is this working also?
Oh, just
Oh.
wait. There's more. Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wait.
Hello. So now we are going to see how it's going to talk to people.
Hello, my name is the Pandemic Action Boss. I'm here today to speak to you concerning coronavirus. Okay, you've been told to avoid handshaking. Also, to avoid much contact with people. Okay, we know this disease started in China. Okay, let's think about this. We know traveling miles and days from every virus. Not facing the house, not how many miles. So today, I want to tell you guys, stop getting much contact with your fam animals. Stop getting much contact with your fam animals, your pets as well. They can carry the virus. Thank you very much for your time. This is Gabby from the Pandemic Action Book.
Okay, so now you're going to tell us that, oh, we should talk about you protecting yourself from this virus. Then by isolating yourself from people and avoiding handshaking. But now, he wants to tell us that we should also be very careful on how we relate to our dogs, how we relate to our cats, meaning our pets and our farm animals, because they also can carry the virus. So thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.
The audio is a little bit hard to, but it was done with his cell phone, so more information.
Okay, so we are going to see how it's going to test people of the virus using the temperature. First of all, I have a cold water refrigerator and a warm water is heated. So these were the temperature of human beings. Let's see how it's going to test the virus. First of all, I'm going to get this cold water close to it and see how it's going to be. Now, I'm seeing this indication because right now what I'm testing has a very lower temperature. For that matter, if you see the temperature of a human being, the person probably will be negative of the virus. So I'm going to take it back and see how it's going to be. I've taken it backwards and I can't see any indication because right now there's nothing there to do. Next is the one more time hit it. I'm going to get it close to it and see how it's going to be. Now, I am seeing this blinking indication because right now what I'm testing is a very high temperature. For that matter, if you see the temperature of a human being, the person probably will be positive. But this point doesn't mean you are positive, but it means go for proper test. So I'm taking it backwards and I can see it. Now, this is how the pandemic action works and test people of the virus.
So this is actually quite sophisticated because his device is not only detecting that there is an object in front, but then it's also detecting the temperature of the object, whether it's a water bottle, which is at room temperature and is safe, or the other cup filled with tea. And there was a small light on the hand blinking. I don't know if you were able to see that. But he's detecting both the presence of an object and then the temperature of the object.
So now let's see how the various part of the work. First of all, let's see how the teeth is able to move up and down. The teeth being able to move up and down has a jaw mechanism which works with the piston. And so when the piston goes up, it takes it out. When the piston comes down, it brings it down. So it works like that. The second part is the speaking aspect, how it's able to speak to people. There is a speaker and an amplifier in it. And so when the sound comes out, the teeth also moves along with it, and that makes it very perfect. The next thing again is the temperature sensing part. How it's able to test people using the temperature. There was something I took out of an old refrigerator. I didn't even know the function of it. I got to know recently that it was temperature sensor when I was making this. The first function in that old refrigerator was that the refrigerator had two parts. The first part was to get water heated, and the second part was to get water cooled. And so you're supposed to turn it off or on when the temperature gets very high or gets very low. So in this case, I brought it here and built a very small circuit for it. And so you're supposed to turn on the red light when the temperature gets beyond 40 degrees Celsius. And supposed to turn on the blue light when the temperature falls below 35 degrees Celsius. So this is how it works. The next features that that I hope to add to it is that I want to make it move, even by moving itself, something to move along with it. The camera system, take your photo or your pictures before it tests you. But it's my cell phone I'm going to use for it, but it's the same cell phone I'm using for the video, and so that's quite difficult for now. That's how it works. Thank you.
This is a work in progress. He has a lot more to do, and he is going to keep working on this. I hope that the virus is going away, but if not, this will be great to know that there's something out there that's doing this automatic testing.
My name is Lord Christus. I am from Ghana. I attend a Pokwari school and I'm in grade 11. After school, I want to be an engineer working in the United States or China.
So that is Lord Christus, and that is what he is working on right now and working on lots of other things. So it's very exciting to see students like this around the world doing not just interesting things, but frankly, important and interesting things, making the world a better place. And that's where he's going to be going. So that's the news from Ghana.
Hey, Jake, real quick.
Yes.
And so how did he reach out to you? I mean, he's got some high tech stuff.
Yeah, but see, that's the whole point. He just started Googling people and searching, and all of a sudden I got this text message saying, you know, hi, I'm a student in Ghana. Would you talk to me? I mean, that's what you have to do. He doesn't have resources nearby, so he literally went around the world looking for things and making stuff happen. You know,
Awesome.
it's you know, I'm going to get off on a tangent for a second, but one of the problems is we talk about being intelligent. You have to be smart. You have to be smart to get ahead. You have to be smart to get ahead. Being intelligent, being smart is good, but it's really not the secret to success. The secret to success is perseverance, never giving up, never stopping. And many years ago, I knew a woman who was a world-class pianist. She played the piano. She was world famous. She did concerts, incredible. And she had two pianos in her apartment in New York. And one was for the morning and one was for the afternoon. She practiced 8 hours a day, every single day. And I said to her, you're already world famous. What are you doing? And she said, you can't stop. You have to keep going. You never give up. And that's what it takes to be successful, no matter what you're trying to do. As an inventor or as a pianist or whatever it is that your goal is, you have to just keep going. And that's maybe one of the things that students will see in this program is not everyone who's done it